Hello world, I'm installing a new TP-Link Wi-Fi dimmer on my front porch so that my front porch light can be turned on remotely. And so I've pulled off the faceplate and I could see I have some white neutral wires. I have my ground wires back there and the hot wires going to the light, and so I'm going to plumb this in. I have a little bit of extra drywall here that I think is going to be a bit of an issue, so I'm going to cut this off. The excess drywall has been removed. I'm going to take out the old toggle switch, single pull, single throw. Just a note, how I made this decision here is all these black wires. Black is the hot here in Southern California. In the US, it's the hot line. The white is the neutral line, and the uncolored is our earth ground. And all these black lines coming together into a single point, that just has to be the incoming power. And then the ones that go off by themselves from the switch, those are the ones that are going to the lights. Just in case you're following along at home. All right, so now I have the neutral wired in, and I bent over one of these ground leads, and I was able to wire in the ground, and I have my load line and my hot line, and the black here goes to the line, and the red goes to the load, so I'm going to get those wired in. All right, so I have my load and my line wired in, and I'm going to be a little optimistic here, and I'm just going to put everything back together and think it's going to work on the first try, so I don't have to, I'm not going to test it. I can power it up till I get the whole thing put back together. All right, so I got it almost all the way back together. Oh, my UPS just stopped, and I just my UPS is going off. It's a well-known fact in these parts in Southern California that when these houses were built, the yahoos that wired them didn't quite know what they were doing. And I actually have to kill the power to the whole house to remove power to these light switches. They're not on an individual breaker, and there's all kinds of great myths and stories of miswiring follies that have been discovered by lay people living in the neighborhood due to just poor construction techniques. But that's a story for another video, I guess. I'm getting ready to screw this in. And I'm noticing there's like bolt heads in my holes. Where's my threads? I pulled this off, and oh, there's some blinks in there. Looks like we got to remove to get this to get screwed in. And once I got those screws off, voila! This whole piece of plastic comes off, and I think that'll make my my faceplate sit a little flusher. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. I don't know if this was in the directions because I didn't read them. Okay, got everything put back together, and we're gonna throw the breaker, and either this will be glorious or the house will burn up, and then it'll be really glorious. So throw the breaker. The house is coming alive. There's a light. There's a light. What if I turn this off? Oh yeah, you can see the light better. You can see the light better. Oh, and now it's green and yellow and green. I don't know what that means because I didn't read the directions, but it's okay. All right. Now we're gonna try to connect to this switch using the TP-Link Kasa application. It says there's no devices yet. Move this video recording button out of the way. Let's see. That's right. Those are days. Okay. No devices yet. Maybe I'm supposed to hit this plus button. There I was pointing to the bell, but I think the plus maybe. Add a device. All right. It's not a smart bulb. It's not a smart plug. It's not a smart outlet. Smart switch. Smart dimmer. That's what I have. HS. Please make sure you are connected to your Wi-Fi and it is a healthy internet connection. I don't know if it's healthy, but it's certainly. I just turned the power back onto the house here, so it says we have internet. Let's try a little googly TP link. Search TP link. Okay, I have some internet-ish stuff. Let's try this again. Okay, my dimmer, smart dimmer. Checking Wi-Fi status. You have already wired up your, have you? Yes, I have. After about 15 seconds, look at the front of your smart dimmer. Is the Wi-Fi light blinking orange and green? Why, yes, it is. Connecting to the smart dimmer. This may take a few minutes to establish the connection. Gosh, I hope not. It's 9:11 a.m. Still blinking yellow, green. Much better. Choose a network. Tahin. I'm gonna join the network. This appears to work very similar to a ring where I believe it put the phone here and made it a local connection to the device, and then once I was connected to the device could see the SSIDs of all the Wi-Fi's in the neighborhood here, and let's give it a friendly name. How about something crazy like front porch light? That seems very friendly. Front porch light. Choose an icon. So many choices. Fish tank. I'm gonna go crazy and choose that switch. Save. Oh, it looks like you could take pictures. Slowly reduce the brightness of your dimmer until you find the minimum level the light lights up. I'm gonna put it all the way down. Wait. I'm gonna put it all the way up because I currently have a compact fluorescent. Slowly reduce the brightness of your dimmer. Find the minimum level the bulb lights up. It's lit. It's lit. I'm gonna say test. Dimming test. Did you see flickering? No. I'm gonna incandescent. I'm going to set it to LED test. We might have to do this again later. I didn't think so far ahead as to remove the compact fluorescent bulb and replace it with an LED. Okay, already. I'm going to say it's all good for now. Calibration complete. Congratulations, you've configured your smart dimmer. Sounds good. No devices yet. Firmware update. Sure, why not? A few more minutes. 3 years later. Linda, do we have any LEDs we could put into this doohickey?
Yeah, probably over here.
Update complete. Your smart dimmer is up to date. It might take a few minutes for your device to restart. Done. The front porch is rebooting.
Really?
Swipe.
Connect to that's on our phone.
That's the next test. Swipe for tips on how to use your new Kasa smart dimmer. Turn your lights on and off just with touching the switch. You can increase or decrease the brightness of the light using the brighten up or dim buttons. Turn your light on for full brightness. Regardless of the dimmer, press and hold for about 2 seconds. You can turn your lights off slowly by double tapping. Integrate your smart switch with other Kasa devices to use scenes. Use the Kasa app to configure and fade rates. Set up gentle off, dial in specific brightnesses, and more. Get started. Yay, front light. Oh yeah. Hmm. 100%. 20%. Device unreachable. Your device may not be powered. All right. That was weird, but it's work. Seems like it's working now. And finally, the results of my endeavor here is a little bit of crumbles on the floor that will need to be cleaned up, some old parts that will need to be disposed of, and a light that works. So, as the saying goes, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.